Greetings from Bulgaria, I'm Vulkk. With this video I would like to take a little bit of a deeper look and analysis, more in-depth analysis of the first official Star Wars The Last Jedi teaser trailer. We saw that at the end of the Last Jedi panel from Star Wars Celebration 2017, and I've already seen the trailer quite a few times. I've taken a bunch of screenshots which I'm going to show to you guys and discuss hopefully together with you through the comments down below the video. What did we see? What did we learn? Don't worry, there are no spoilers from official sources. Everything you're going to hear or see here is just my impressions, my beliefs, my thoughts, my expectations, and guesses, most of all. Simply because it's way too early for any kind of an official spoiler to be available anywhere on the internet. Mostly it's just about rumors and speculations. And with that, how about we just open this giant directory with 20 screenshots apparently, and let's begin the analysis of the trailer. The first real shot of the trailer is this one where we see Rey struggling. She's in real pain, she's struggling with something. My very first initial thought, just like I shared with you in my previous video that hopefully you've already seen, I thought that maybe because this is definitely the island, the same place where episode 7 ends, I thought, oh, holy crap, Luke is actually really on the dark side and he's fighting, possibly killing her, torturing her, or I don't know, something else. No, he's actually training her, and we're going to learn that a couple scenes after this one. Let's move on to the next. The next scene shows us beautiful vista or beautiful landscape of the island, the same small island that we've seen from the ending of episode 7. Nothing really detailed here to see, except that I personally expect episode 8, The Last Jedi, to begin with. I believe they mentioned that. Okay, so that's kind of probably a spoiler. I believe somewhere officially it was stated that episode 8 begins right from the moment where episode 7 ends. And my initial thought would be that this scene is from the very first seconds of the movie, after the crawl, of course. You can't have a Star Wars episode without the crawling text. The next scene that I have here for you guys is Rey sitting and staring at what is probably an ocean. Very beautiful layout of this scene. It's static. There is nothing happening. She's just sitting statically like this and probably thinking, what is she thinking? Am I ready for whatever is coming to me? Have I been trained enough? Or maybe this is just a scene from the beginning of her training and she's wondering how much more she has to endure. I can't really say, and the screenshot is not exactly perfect, but you have to watch the trailer for yourself and decide. I think she's all sweaty on her back from either carrying a backpack, reference to episode 5, or maybe just from very extensive and prolonged training with Luke. We know that she's old. Luke was old also when both of them began their training for Jedi and to learn and master the Force. So if they ever wanted to achieve something, the expanded universe tells us that they had to put an insane amount of extra effort to be able to learn what a youngling is supposed to learn when they're that big. Jumping on to the next screenshot, this is by far my most favorite moment from the first trailer that we've seen so far. This is the moment where I can't really quote by memory, but I believe the voice of Luke right here is kind of telling her that it's time, she has to learn. Now have to watch the trailer just yet again one more time to remember what the hell was the exact line in the background for this scene here. But this is a very cool moment where she's focused to the maximum of her ability and probably beyond. That's Rey's hand, of course. And she's lifting these little stones up. I don't know if that's a reference to, again, Luke's training and learning in episode 5, or probably, I think, during the celebration, I've heard someone analyzing it and mentioning that this is a reference to a Superman movie. I do apologize. I'm not the biggest fan of Superman, so I probably have missed that, even though I think I've seen at least all the recent and modern Superman movies. Moving on to the next scene where we see General Organa. Who else would that be? We don't know, I don't know who these generic soldiers are, but right here in the left, on the next to her left shoulder, this is, I believe, Akbar. Who else could it be? I mean, from this screenshot, it's not very clear, but in the trailer, you can pause in a couple of seconds before or after where I've taken the screenshot. This looks like Akbar, unless it's, I don't know, his cousin. Let's move on to the next scene. We see a broken helmet. I don't know why, on the very first time I saw the trailer, I thought that's Darth Vader's helmet, and this is some kind of connection to episode 7 where we saw Kylo Ren holding the helmet and making some promises, drawing strength from Darth Vader's legacy. I thought that maybe this is Darth Vader's helmet being broken as a result of anger. There is a lot of glass, however, around this helmet. And some guys over there during the celebration analysis, they mentioned that this is apparently Kylo Ren's helmet. I don't know who the hell is this helmet belong to. If it's Kylo Ren, why is it broken? Why there is so much glass around it? I couldn't make up my mind with any possible theory or solution as to what exactly provoked this scene to happen. Maybe you can throw some light or maybe share your own speculation about this specific screenshot with me, guys. What do you think? On the next one, we see something that looks like a tree with some kind of a shelf in the middle with what appear to be, I think, books. I think those are books because if I'm not mistaken, on the very next, I'll come back to this. Okay, it's not on the next screenshot. I might have actually forgotten to take this exact screenshot. We do have a specific moment in the trailer where we see a gloved hand on top of a very old book with the Jedi symbol on the cover of the book. So this is probably one of these books, and I have no clue where this scene is from. Is it the cave that we see earlier in the trailer? Actually, I don't know if I've taken a screenshot where the cave is visible. Let's see, that behind, right here, the dark spot behind Rey appears to be an entrance to a cave. Is it where Luke has been living for all these 30-something years? 34, I don't know actually. We don't know the exact timing, or at least I don't remember it being confirmed officially. How many years exactly have passed since then? But that's really not exactly the most important thing to wonder about at the moment. Let's go back to this screenshot. We've already discussed that one, so let's jump to this one. This is the same island that we've seen in the end of episode 7, The Force Awakens. In the middle, we've got Rey training with what appears to be a totem or some kind of a training dummy. And behind, Luke is sitting still, just observing, probably teaching her. My expectations, as I told you and shared my thoughts with you guys in the previous video that I recorded and published. I think these training series or scenes between Rey and Luke will be very short and probably in the very beginning of the movie. That's a complete guessing from my part right here. I don't know actually, but there is so much more to hopefully happen in The Last Jedi that I don't expect we would be seeing an extended period of time where both of them are training together. This cutscene appears to be from a massive ground battle. A couple of screenshots further, we will see a massive space battle. Here in the background, I think those are walkers. And I think those are AT-AT walkers, you know, the traditional big ones. I can't really make up because it's way too blurry. They're too far away into the distance. But yep, I think those are walkers and quite a lot of them. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-ish plus. It's really hard to count specifically from this screenshot. I'll have to make some more analysis from the trailer itself while pausing it in different parts and split second apart. On the next screenshot, we see that BB-8 is leading some sort of a defense, because when you watch the trailer, you get the feeling that they are urgently rushing through to somewhere to save something or someone or defend someone. And of course, Poe Dameron is just as epic as always. I'm glad to see that character back. I'm fully enjoying the comic book series about Poe Dameron and his squadron. I absolutely love his X-Wing, and I'll tell you a bit about the X-Wing in a moment. Here is a shot where we see that Finn is recovering. He was an official guest for the Last Jedi panel at Star Wars Celebration, and just like everybody expect, he does recover, and he's going to be taking a much more serious role and stand probably with the Resistance, just like Han Solo did. As opposed to the chance of him running away or disappearing or giving up or something. No, he's definitely here to stay and fight. On the next screenshot, we see that epic explosion. Well, I've taken the screenshot just before the explosion, but I have to tell you that it was a fantastic shot with a very beautiful layout, again with Poe Dameron's custom colored, custom designed X-Wing. I don't know how many X-Wings he's allowed to break and explode before he is just completely grounded from the from his superiors. But anyway, this is really indeed a cool explosion. Is it exactly this the reason why they've been running, him and BB-8, from a couple of screenshots ago? We saw them running towards something or someone. Probably they've been running to save their X-Wing from an upcoming attack or explosion or bomb, or that's probably a bomb. Yeah, it looks like a bomb. We do see another random rebel pilot here in the left, under the right wing blasters, actually. You don't see my mouse for whatever reason on the screen, but I think I hope that I've described it properly. Just take a look at the detail on the ceiling. I'm guessing all of this is computer generated, but it's just insanely detailed. Wow, absolutely amazing. Here is a muddy screenshot. I just wanted to include the Millennium Falcon because even though Han Solo is dead, his legacy will continue. The Millennium Falcon will be here. Of course, the new Millennium Falcon is, well, the old Millennium Falcon is still using the new satellite dish that was replaced because, okay, we know the story. And of course, the Falcon, like always, is being chased by TIE fighters. We don't know who or why he's chasing him, but that's just cool to have. This is another very muddy shot of Rey running with her blue lightsaber towards something. She's really running straight through something and to something. We don't know yet why. This is a very short scene, but I wanted to compare this blue and white screenshot to the next one where we see for a very brief moment Kylo Ren. I believe I made a silly misspoke, whatever the word is, on my previous video when I said that Kylo Ren doesn't appear in the trailer. Yes, he does, of course. That's his scene for like a couple of seconds. And in the next one, immediately we see heavy destruction. We don't know who these characters are, so obviously, okay, R2 is more than familiar, but I'm thinking, could this be Luke? Because it does seem to me like a male character figure kneeling. This is, I believe, this is connected to the vision that Rey saw in The Force Awakens. Remember her vision? There was some kind of a destruction in this similar manner. It just looks very, very familiar. On the next screenshot, we see stormtroopers led by, I believe this would be Phasma, or who else? It looks like her. It's very muddy again, very blurry. There is a lot of fog because of all these flames and explosions and fire going everywhere. Poor janitors, you know. This is actually indoors. At least I think it's indoors. This is either water, but it doesn't make sense for fire above water unless, you know, it's a special kind of a fire. So yeah, that's something indoors. We do see some kind of a wall here on the left side, and thanks to the huge amount of fog and smoke, we don't see if there is a ceiling and what exactly building they might be in. Here is the screenshot of the epic space battle that I mentioned. It's just, again, split second long, this scene, but we see new kind of spaceships Obviously, they do look like a wing, but not quite. We see the TIE fighter here. It's very, very blurry on the front left side. On the background, we see a bunch of X-wings, and these new ships, I can't make up my mind. Are they actually new, or do they exist somewhere in the expanded universe? They do look familiar, but not quite. If you know what model this would be or should be, let me know, because at the moment I'm struggling to put a known kind of description to this. Right here in the middle background, we see again a little bit blurred something that looks like the hammerhead, but that's really hard for me to confirm whether it is, whether it's something that just looks similar to it, or, well, you get my point. This is one of the last shots of the trailer, and Luke is saying here that it's time for the Jedi to end. And what, Luke? Don't leave us with a cliffhanger, damn you! You already left us with a huge cliffhanger at the end of The Force Awakens. So what do you guys think? What are the Jedi going to end? Are the Jedi going to end the conflict and the existence of the Order and the existence of the Jedi Order or the First Order or someone else's existence? Do they end their time of hiding? Do they go out again? Who the hell or what the hell or how many are the last Jedi? There is absolutely no clue, no confirmation, nothing whatsoever to answer, or at least give us reason to speculate even further as to what the title means. Did that trailer change your opinion? What, who, how many are the last Jedi? This is the eternal question, at least until another trailer appears. Which probably will be somewhere around the beginning of May, May the 4th be with you. A certain special Star Wars celebration, I shouldn't say celebration, that's a different kind of celebration. A certain special Star Wars holiday, May the 4th. We're hoping for another trailer then, or at least another teaser. That was my in-depth analysis. I hope I did justice and I didn't miss too much. Maybe there could have been a couple more screenshots to talk about, show and describe. I hope that you guys found all of these things useful and interesting. And now it's time for you to share your thoughts, questions, observations, speculations, and best of all, your own analysis down in the comments. I will go and start reading them right now. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Click the like button and help me out. Visit my website vulkk.com for daily videos and news. To help me improve and expand, consider becoming my patron with a small monthly pledge. And stay in touch by following me on Facebook and Twitter.